the stars come to shine when it's dark from so far away and show us where we are? What makes the sun go to sleep every night, and what's it dreaming of? I wonder. How come the sky sometimes hides behind the clouds? Maybe it's just like me, a little bit scared of heights. Why does the rain always keep on pouring down when it's gray outside? It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder. It really makes me wonder. Undressed when it's cold, and don't they miss the leaves they left behind? Could it be to make the ground shine like gold until winter comes? Until winter comes, until winter comes. It really makes me wonder. Yeah, it makes me wonder.
Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to the cabin. Today I picked up the camera and just decided to film, because it's a beautiful day and I love sharing this with you guys. I know so many of you have never been to Alaska, or maybe you have and you love it and you miss it. I know a lot of you tell me that all the time. So I try to share as much as I can with the seasons changing, and like a day like today, you know, it is a school day, but we are starting school late because when you have sunshine like this and the pond is thawed out, naturally you do some kayaking before school, right? But the boys are having a blast. The second that the ice started breaking up on the pond, Parker was like, "Mom, can I get the kayaks out?" We got the kayaks in Virginia. We used to go fishing and stuff on the lakes in Virginia with the kayaks. So he has been chomping at the bit to get the kayaks out, and he's been out there pretty much every day since the ice melted. And Bradley, as you saw, is a swimmer. Gunner is too, but not as much as Bradley. And they're just having a blast out there. It's great. It's beautiful. It's probably already 60 degrees. It's about 10:30 in the morning.
Dear Lord, bless food to our bodies, thank for the blessings you've given us, Lord. In your precious name we pray. Amen. Amen.
What's that, Joe?
I don't know.
Amazing what you find when the snow melts, huh?
Yeah. It's probably the building that was on that little path.
Oh, yeah. All right, you guys, so you know that we finished the chicken coop build a few weeks ago. We've had the chickens for a while, a couple months now, but we have yet to do any kind of like outside area for them so they can come out of the chicken coop and get some bugs and plants and things like that. So we've been putting them in a temporary little outside area that we put together just on the fly with some pieces of our dog kennel chain link fencing, but it's just too small. I mean, it was great when they were little chicks, but as you guys know, they've gotten much bigger. So we are going to be working on just doing a little outside chicken yard. Nothing crazy. I do want to do something a little bit bigger and better later on when we don't have so many projects on our hands. But as of right now, every day we put all the chickens in a Tupperware. We carry them from the coop out to that little outside chain link area. And then every evening we have to load them back and carry them back into the coop. And it's just a pain in the butt. And now with all 14 of them, it's kind of heavy too. So Joe's like, I'm over it. This is so inconvenient having to transport them back and forth every day. So yesterday we went to town and got some supplies, and we're gonna just throw up a little outside area that's completely fenced in with chicken wire so that they're protected from the predators, and that way the chickens can start coming outside on their own when they feel like it. Once the chickens get a little bit bigger and once they are used to coming in and out of the chicken coop on their own into their little yard that we're gonna build them, we will start opening the chicken coop up completely during the day when we're home so that they can free range the property. We always let our chickens free range, and we found that in the evening at dusk, they tend to put themselves to bed on their own, and all I have to do is go out and shut the coop at night. I got you something.
Thanks.
A little bit of energy for you. What is it?
Poison it?
No, I didn't poison it. Why would I do that, Joe? Oh! No! You dropped your bacon! I bet the dogs will enjoy that.
Yep.
They're like, yes.
Sit down.
5-second rule, boys.
No. Oh boy.
All right, guys, we took a little break from the chicken coop. We actually need to go get more chicken wire. We were short on chicken wire. So we are switching gears to a different project that I'm really excited about. So first of all, we went from a sunny, blistering 60 degrees today to a overcast, slightly breezy, sometimes sprinkly 50. So it kind of like messed my vibe up, you know what I'm saying? Like had my tank top on and just getting excited. And after I got done with school with the boys, I came out and I was like, what is this? So I'm back in my jacket, but we are in the current, or I should say soon to be, sheep pasture. If you guys missed my previous video, we shared with you guys that we are going to get a small flock of sheep. We've raised sheep in Virginia before, so we've done this before, but we're getting them for dairy products and also for meat. And we just met with the breeder a few days ago. We are going to be getting one ram for breeding. A ram is the boy, for those that might not be too familiar with farm livestock type lingo. And we're getting 2 ewes, 2 females, and one of the ewes is coming with a ram baby that she just had, a little lamb. So a total of 4 sheep, 3 adults and a lamb. And we're gonna just start our little flock here. And this is actually not the pasture that I shared with you guys on the previous video. I told you we were gonna be putting their pasture over behind near the boys' tree fort, but we actually have this space up here next to the cabin that originally, if you guys remember from a long time ago, I had drawn out kind of like my dream plans for our homestead. Obviously, some of that has changed. Like, we didn't put the shop where we were going to put it. We put the chicken coop next to the cabin versus Joe's garage. Joe's garage slash shop is going to go somewhere else. I always wanted the livestock pasture up by the cabin in this corner. That way I can, you know, when you see your animals more, you handle them more, you touch them more, they're more friendly. And I don't want them to be like out of sight, out of mind. And even though back over by the boys' tree fort is still accessible, it is more in the back and kind of out of sight versus this front corner that we pass through every day, all day. It's right alongside our driveway, right next to the cabin. And we plan to eventually fence in at least 2 pastures so we can rotate them for rotational grazing. But for now, we are going to be building the sheep pasture here in this corner lot. So right now, Joe is working on cutting down some trees. Some of them are dead spruce that really need to be cut down anyway because they're a fire hazard. But with this big section of land that I just shared with you guys in that photo, we want to make sure that they have some clearing. We don't want it to be all like dense trees and wood and wooded area. But we also still want to leave enough trees because animals tend to use trees as a natural covering from the elements anyway. Just like the moose, when it starts snowing, they go lay under a tree. Clear something up really quick just because we had a couple comments, a little bit of confusion. So with a dairy animal, it is true that if you have a dairy animal, the dairy animal needs to be milked, right? Like it's just like women. If we don't have a release of the milk, we can get an infection called mastitis. I mean, once you're in milk, that milk needs to continue to be released, or you can get an infection or it's going to dry up. Same thing with dairy animals. So I had a couple comments. People were like, oh, once you get a dairy animal, like your life is over and you have to milk that dairy animal every single day. And so I want to clarify that that is actually not true in the sense that you can do something called cow sharing or lamb sharing, which we have done both and it works fantastic with both animals that we've had. We've done cows for dairy and we've also done sheep. So essentially what that is, in a nutshell, is at night, you separate the mom from the baby. You can have like a pen where they're just, separated by a fence where they can still see each other, smell each other, they can still lay by each other, but that lamb or that calf can't get to the mama's udder and drink all the milk out, which is fine. They sleep at night anyway. It's not like, oh, the poor lamb doesn't get to drink milk. No, you separate them at night. And then in the morning, I can come out and milk, let's just say the sheep, because that's what we're getting is sheep. We're not doing cows again. But I will come out and milk my sheep, get the milk out that we need. And then as soon as I'm done milking her, then I let the lamb back in with the mama for the rest of the day. And the lamb stays with the mom all day long and gets to drink as much milk as it wants to. That evening, you separate them again, and you just keep doing that cycle over and over and over again. Now, if I don't want to milk the sheep, or I'm sick and feeling under the weather one day and I don't want to go out and milk her, or we want to take a trip to the remote cabin for 3 or 4 days and I'm not going to be here to milk her, then you just leave the lamb in with mama 24 hours and the lamb takes care of the milking for you. We did this with our sheep Delilah, our Katahdin sheep in Virginia, with her 2 lambs, and it worked great. We had a shelter for them, we had a divider in the middle, and then they got on a routine and they knew, like Delilah would go into her pen, the lambs would go into theirs. They had a fence where they could still sleep next to mama and see her and smell her. We would take her out in the morning and milk her. and let the lambs out, and they would just kind of frolic around and play while I milked her and wait patiently for their turn for some milk. And then as soon as I was done milking her, we released Mama to be with the babies for the rest of the day. And it just works out great. It's really convenient because if you don't feel like milking or you're not able to milk for whatever reason, then you just don't separate them at night. You just leave them together 24 hours and the lambs will take care of the milking for you. So it's not as demanding as some might think. So I just wanted to clarify that because I had a couple comments where people are like, why would you do that? Like, you're not going to be able to go to your remote cabin and go camping, and why would you strap yourself down to the homestead like that? I'm not strapping myself down because when you have a baby animal, that baby animal is going to drink the milk. So you just leave the baby in with the mama and the baby takes care of the milking for you. And then when you want to milk, you go out and milk. So what we're working on now is just clearing some of those trees out. We're going to have a huge section of this pasture over here across the driveway that's going to be cleared for them in flat ground. And then a lot of it is still going to be wooded, which will be great to help cover them from the elements. And at some point, we're going to get that shelter put up too. We are picking up our flock next week, friends. So we have this week to get the pasture fencing up, get the shelter built, and then we're bringing the flock home. So Joe was already getting on it today when I was doing school. He's already got some of the fencing done super quick. So we're doing T-posts and wire fencing, but we are also going to be doing an electric fence around the whole pasture to protect them from predators. right, guys, I'm no longer cold, but we got a huge patch of this little pasture cleared out, and I think it looks really good. I think the sheep can do the rest. We got rid of a ton of dead trees, just like rotting trees that were just laying in the ground forever, soaking wet. So those are all stacked up in a pile, and I don't know if you can tell from the video, but we got quite a bit cleared out. So now that we've got an open space for the sheep to kind of wander around up on the hill here, there's like a little hill back here, now we can continue with the fencing. And we got a little free firewood out of it, you know what I'm saying? Worked out great.
You did?
Okay. Sit.
You want Parker to drive it over there? And dump it?
There you go.
Oh my gosh, these mosquitoes. Bradley. We're working here. We don't want to play fetch. You hear me?
Ready?
Yep.
Real hard. Hey guys, good morning. It's the next day. We are switching gears again and we're back at the chicken coop. Joe and I decided that we are gonna go ahead and use some fencing panels that we have bought to make a dog kennel for Bradley and Gunner. However, we're gonna pause on that and we're gonna use those fencing posts to go ahead and create our chicken yard on the back of the coop. Like I said before, our goal is to free range the chickens when we're home. So this outdoor coop is really just for when we're not home. So if we're in town for the day or we're at the remote cabin for the weekend or something, the chickens will still be able to come outside. But we do plan to free range them. So when we're home, the chickens will be out all over the property around the cabin. So I think this will be great. You know, we'll be able to just hook this right up to the back of the chicken coop, put a little door in the back of the coop, and that way the birds can come out and get some fresh air. So this is, you guys probably recognize this. This is what we've been keeping the chickens in outside just temporarily, but we can actually make it bigger. We have more panels. So we're gonna do that and just attach it to the back of the coop here and cut a little door in the coop. Yes, we have not painted the back side of the coop yet. We only got 2 sides done and then we got sick of it. So maybe one day we'll finish it. But anyway, gonna get this set up and I think the chickens are gonna be super excited. We'll put some kind of chicken wire over the top, obviously to keep the hawks and predators out, and then also put wiring along the bottom of the fence as well. Gunner and Bradley sporting some new collars. Let's see, Gunner. Oh, snap. Now you'll remember who you are. And B got his. Bradley, boo. I know. You want me to throw the toy. Want to give you a little push?
Yeah.
All right, hold on, okay?
Okay. Sorry.
You're good. There you go. Little tickle too? Little tickle or just a push? Which one? Just, oh, you said just a tickle? I heard you say just a tickle. There you go. Kick those feet out. Kick your feet out. There you go. Now you're swinging. What are you doing, P?
I'm trying to hook on to some stuff to swing on.
You're gonna try to hook onto stuff with your dad's ratchet strap?
Yeah, I was trying to grab onto that and then I could just grab the hook and strap it around like this so it would tighten up on the wood. Got my little fellows here.
I see that.
Maybe we got 2 panels. Just throw them on the top for now.
Yeah? Will that work? You can connect them?
Okay. Oh God!
Need help?
If you want to. Are you going all the way up against it?
Yeah.
So I'm going to cut a thing to the wiring and stuff. Oh, look, when I came down the rope mount, I burnt my finger.
Is that how the holes got in there? Huh? Well, yeah.
It's insane how the
They have
ropes-
special gloves for rappelling. They'll cut right through those gloves, P.
Yeah,
It's a little uneven, Joe. Dogs want in, Joe. We actually just use the other panels for the top, and we're gonna wire them on there nice and secure, so that'll keep any hawks or eagles or any kind of predators flying overhead out of their little chicken run. Hey guys, you gonna come out and play? Come on. Yeah. Oh, look, look. She's like, I'll go first. I'm not scared.
Go get some scratch.
Come on, Rita. Come on now. Come get you a dirt bath. It's like a chicken slide. We need to put some little little pegs on there. There you go, girls. And there's a rooster. Well, you're dedicated, Bradley. I'll give you that. Yeah.
Put on the row. Zip right on this.
There. Much better, huh? She's pretty. What's her name, P?
Midnight.
Midnight.
Just a little bit of orange in them.
All right, guys, so we are finished with the little chicken yard, and Joe did a little door on the inside of the coop so we can close it and open it in the mornings and the evenings. And it's so funny because we have yet to let the chickens free range on the property, and you know, it's funny because we've got the cats and the dogs, and we have had some issues with Rusty and Asher, our cats, killing little birds around the property, little chickadees, little sparrows, and they bring them to us. So we did get them collars with little bells on them. Just put those on a couple days ago, hoping that that will help the birds be alerted and they can fly away in time before the cats get them. But they have killed mice and they have killed birds. So the mice are good. That's the reason we got the cats. But we don't want them necessarily running around killing all these beautiful birds, these wild birds that, you know, frequent our property. So then I got to thinking, are they going to have an issue with the chickens? And we just put the two cats inside the chicken run with the chickens, and they wanted nothing to do with them. In fact, Rusty was like, get me out of here. I think the chickens are just big enough now that the cats are not interested in them. So now we're trying to introduce the puppies to them because Gunner and Bradley have that chase instinct about them. So we had to break them in when we got the kittens, and now they do well. Every once in a while, if you're not watching Bradley, he'll chase after one of the cats, but the cats are quick enough, they run and they climb up a tree. So it hasn't been an issue, but we're seeing how they do with the chickens. How's he doing, Joe?
Fine, chase one.
Dang.
And get him all wound up in here and make him kill some chickens.
Gunner, he doesn't care. He just wants to eat chicken poop.
I know.
You nasty.
You make me nervous. I think I might be hooked on you. All of the things you said to me, it seems like you like me too. We can take it slow, make sure we do this right. Canceled all my plans to be with you tonight. So just sit with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be. You make me anxious. I think I might be stuck on you. I love the things you did for me. It seems like you're dropping clues. There's no need to rush, so let's just take our time. Dropping everything, 'cause you're stuck on my mind. So just sit with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be. Oh, we were meant to be. Oh, we were meant to be. Oh, we were meant to be. So just sit with me, talking through the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think you were meant to be with me, talking to the night until the morning, building chemistry. I don't think I ever wanna go come closer next to me. Trying to find another way to say this, but I think we were meant to be.
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock. Good. So go ahead and write 7 o'clock. Do your colon, which is 2 dots. Yep.
And 0, 0.
Correct. Because we don't have any minutes. It's just hours. Good. And then make sure you always write your numbers. You want them to be the same size. Okay? So like when you do 7 o'clock, it should look like this. 7. All right. You ready? All right. What time is it?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Good. So go ahead and write 10 o'clock. Make sure all your numbers are the same size. Okay, so the long hand is called what? What do we call the long hand?
The minute hand.
Minute hand. What do we call the short hand?
The hour hand.
The hour hand. Which one is faster?
The minute hand.
The minute hand. How come?
Because it has longer legs.
Has longer legs. Good job.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. You have something on your... All right, focus on your work. Well, hello guys. Good morning. Afternoon, actually. We just got done with school. And I'm so excited because we have 2 weeks left until summer break. I know the boys are excited for summer break, but us homeschooling moms are too, right? It's like the beginning of the year, you're like all excited and ready to go. You got your curriculum all color-coded and got this routine all written out on paper and how the days are gonna go. And by the end of the school year, it's just like, okay, everybody to the table, you know? I'm excited. Today we are going to work a little bit more on the chicken coop. We still have to build some stairs in the front of the coop, and then for the most part I think that our chicken coop build for now is done. There's still some things that we would like to do to it later on, like build some nesting boxes and things like that, but our little chickens aren't going to start laying until this fall, so we have quite a few months before we even have to worry about nesting boxes. So for now they have the indoor coop, they have the little outdoor chicken run, and then we're going to put some stairs on that bad boy, and that'll be good enough for now. I got a new little table for the patio, just like a little coffee table for me and Joe in the mornings when we're sitting outside drinking our coffee, and a new rug for inside by the front door. And like immediately Kellen's like, can I have that old table and that old carpet for our treehouse? They're so cute. They're furnishing their little tree house. I guess I would have done the same thing if I was a kid. What are you doing, Kellen?
Getting some logs for chairs for our tree house.
Oh, you're going to use the logs for chairs?
Uh-huh.
Okay, that's going to be kind of heavy.
Yeah. Heavy is my middle name.
Heavy's your middle name. All right.
Is the rope down? Yes. Okay. Are you putting it in the hole in the rope? Yeah, we're both gonna go up there and listen. Oh, this is not even that heavy. Oh, yes it is. Kinda is. Oh! Come on. Almost that. You pull it.
I'm so laughing right now. Parker said, Mom, help me. And I said, no, you guys figure it out. I think you're smart enough to figure it out. Figure it out. So they did.
Your hat's already out. Oh.
Hey, looks like you figured it out, huh?
Yeah, it took a while to get to the hole.
Yeah, but you did it. You guys did it together. Good job, Kellen. You guys work together as a team. I like it.
Let it go. Don't let it go. Come on, come on. Come on.
I think Asher's trying to come up.
Where is he?
He's right underneath your treehouse on the tree. How's it looking up there?
Good.
Good? Oh, God. Was that hard?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you guys did it.
Second one was pretty easy. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, look. What is that? What is that? Are you up in a treehouse? You silly kitty. You just want to be where the boys are, huh?
What's half of 39 3/4?
Half of 39 3/4. Oh, that's, couldn't tell you, Joe. So I'll be taking you guys along with us next week when we go pick up our little flock of sheep. We will not be milking any of them until next spring. So I'm getting them early. We're going to have them for about a year before we start our milking adventures with them. It'll give us a good chance to get to know the sheep, give them a chance to get to know us, because one thing that I know with milking sheep is it's very difficult to do it if you have skittish sheep that don't like to let you touch them. Thankfully, these sheep that we met a few days ago are very friendly, a little skittish because we're strangers, but they were friendly. I was able to touch them, pet them, feel their udders and their teats. They were perfectly fine. So we'll have the next year to just grow a relationship with them before I start milking them next spring. And I'm really excited about getting these sheep. So we'll be taking you guys along for that. And we are going to be using the old well. If you guys have been following along with our new well that we just got connected to the cabin, a lot of you were wondering what we're going to do with the old well. We have a 46-foot deep well. That was the original well for the cabin. And we're going to be adding a hand pump onto that so that we can still utilize that water for all of the livestock. The sun came out for you, Joe. The Lord's shining down on you, yeah, yeah. I'll just be the fence holder, okay? I'll be right here waiting for you. What are you doing? Take it off right now.
Nope.
Joe! Oh, Bradley doesn't like it. Get him! Is Rusty peeing? Oh gosh, I was trying to get this cute little shot of him and I realized he's peeing. Or pooping. Rusty! Little McNasty.